Chapter 13. When your mama screams and you wake up to her face looming over you, you see flashes of yellow and orange. Mi hijo, Dios, Pulga, what happened to you? She says. She kneels down next to me on the couch where I fell asleep. Her eyes are instantly filled with tears and panic. What happened? What happened? She demands. I have to stop and think. Ray, the warehouse, the fight with Chico. Just a fight, I said quietly. It's evening. Mama is from home from work. With who? Some guys at school. Chico stands meekly in the doorway, between the kitchen and the living room. Pero quién? She demands. Who did this to you? I shake my head. Don't worry, don't worry. You come home looking like this and you think I'm not going to worry. She spots Chico. Tell me, es que? Some guys are talking about mi mamita again, Chico says softly. Hulga jumped in and they. His voice trails off as he shakes his head and starts crying. Again, Mama asks, and I can hear the doubt in her voice. She turns to me and searches my face for the truth. I keep my gaze steady. Yes, I tell her. What are their names? I should speak to the principal. No, Mama, just leave it alone. It's done. I say, if she starts digging into our story, if she pokes of the hole of the anthill and disturbs it, everything will cave in on us. She stares at me. It was just a stupid fight, Mama. Please, just let me sleep a little longer, I tell her. I smile to show her it's no big deal. But Mama gets very quiet. She sits on the edge of the couch and puts her hand softly on my head. It makes me wince, but also feels good. No more fighting, she whispers. Okay, I tell her, I promise. I fall asleep, and when I open my eyes, it is dark. The front door is closed and a wooden plank set across it. For the first time in a long time, I'm not in the same room as Chico. A fan whirs, and I see Mama has moved the fan from her room into the living room, and positioned into my way. My body feels like I've been run over it by a truck. It makes me think of the time I saw a boy riding on the back of a big truck filled with watermelons. Mama and I rode behind him on her scooter. I was only about 8 years old. He was perched on top like a bird when the truck hit a pothole and he tumbled down, falling from the great height onto the street. Mama had been driving far enough behind to bring her scooter to a stop. Stay here, she said, as she and others got off their bikes and ran to help the boy, someone having to signal to the driver to stop. Stop! But I didn't stay there. I was scared and wanted to be with my mother, so I followed her, and I saw him. With the blood around his head, and the way his arms were splayed out, and his eyes showing only the whites, it reminded me of the crucifixion of Jesus, except one of the boy's legs was twisted in a weird way. A few watermelons had fallen down to green and white rinds, split open, revealing the fleshy inside. I remember red and pink and scarlet splattered all around him on the dirty street. Any time I sink my teeth into a slice of watermelon, I think of him. The aftertaste of iron lingers, no matter how sweet the fruit, as if I were eating the watermelon off the street laced with blood from that day, as if the sweetness that drips from my lips in his blood. I don't remember where we were going, but I remember we never got there because I cried so much that Mama had to take me back home. I thought about that boy all day and all night. I dreamed about him, and I asked Mama if she thought he survived. She said, yes, hijo, he survived, but I don't think he did. I guess sometimes lying to those we love is the only way to keep them from falling apart. I get up, ignoring the soreness in my body. I unplug the fan and quietly take it to Mama's room. Her door is open and I see her asleep on her bed. I plug in the fan, turn it on, and head to my room. Before I'm even to the door, I can hear Chico whimpering, dreaming of his mamita, maybe, or Don Felicio, or the tombs in the cemetery, or Ray, or our fight. I go to Chico and try to pull him from sleep as gently as I can. Still, he jumps and whimpers. It's just me, I tell him. It's Pulga. What's the matter? Are they here? No, he were having a bad dream. I hear him take deep breaths, try to calm himself. I creep to the window, from the curtains just slightly, searching for any figures, searching for Ray. Nothing, but when I get back to Chico, now fully awake, I speak in barely a whisper, just in case someone is out there listening. We have to go. We have to go, but Kenya's right. Something bad is going to happen. If we don't leave, something very bad is going to happen. I hear Chico take another deep breath. He knows it's time for the plans we've been making long before this moment. It's time for all that information we gathered outside Don Felicio's store. For the times we sat in the kitchen as another mother from the barrio passed by our patio and stopped to laminate to Mama and about the departure of another son they'd never gonna see again. We listened. We outlined how they first took a bus to the capital, then more buses to the border of Mexico, before crossing the Sasachuit River. We stored that information, waiting for that day we'd need it, for the day we'd have to do the same. We have to go, I whisper. I know, Chico says. That's all we say. I climb into bed. Tomorrow we will figure out when. Tonight we will just sit with the decision. I felt I fall back into darkness, thinking of watermelons and blood, and me, and Chico fighting like two dogs, Ray and his guys looking on like gamblers who place bets on us. But they're not going to win.